Have you ever felt like your relationships have changed after experiencing a spiritual awakening? Do you find yourself struggling to connect with old friends or family members in the same way? If so, you're not alone. Many people find that their spiritual growth affects their relationships in unexpected ways. In this video, we'll explore how to navigate these changes and create healthy, meaningful connections in your life after a spiritual awakening. Let's start by understanding what a spiritual awakening is. A spiritual awakening is a profound shift in consciousness that can change how you see yourself, others, and the world around you. It's often described as a feeling of expanded awareness, deeper connection to something greater than yourself, and a new perspective on life's meaning and purpose. This experience can be gradual or sudden, but it usually leads to significant personal growth and transformation. When you go through a spiritual awakening, it's natural for your relationships to change. Your new outlook on life might not align with the views of those around you. You may find yourself questioning old patterns and behaviors in your relationships, or feeling disconnected from people you were once close to. This can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity for growth and deeper connections. One of the first things you might notice after a spiritual awakening is a change in yourself. You may become more self-aware, noticing thoughts and behaviors you never paid attention to before. Your communication style might shift as you become more authentic and honest in your interactions. You may also start setting new boundaries based on your evolving needs and values. These changes can lead to misunderstandings with others. People in your life might not understand why you're different or why you're making new choices. They may feel confused or even threatened by your growth. It's important to remember that everyone is on their own path, and not everyone will understand or appreciate your spiritual journey. When dealing with these misunderstandings, it's helpful to be patient and compassionate. Try to explain your experiences in simple terms without using spiritual jargon that might alienate others. Share how your growth has positively impacted your life, but avoid pushing your beliefs onto others. Remember, you can't force someone to understand or accept your journey. Navigating existing relationships after a spiritual awakening can be tricky. You might find yourself reassessing connections that no longer feel aligned with your new perspective. This doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life, but it may mean changing how you interact with them. Communication is key when navigating these changes. Be honest about your experiences and how they've affected you. Share your growth and new insights, but also be open to listening to others' perspectives. Try to find common ground and shared values, even if your beliefs differ. As you grow spiritually, you may find yourself attracted to new people and communities that share your interests and values. This is a natural part of the process. Seek out like-minded individuals who can support and understand your journey. Join groups or attend events related to your spiritual interests. These new connections can provide valuable support and understanding as you continue to grow. However, it's important to maintain a balance between old and new relationships. Don't completely abandon your existing connections in favor of new ones. Instead, try to integrate both into your life in a way that feels authentic and nurturing. As you navigate your spiritual path, you may encounter resistance or criticism from others. Some people might be skeptical of your experiences or uncomfortable with your changes. They may try to pull you back into old patterns or dismiss your growth. When facing this resistance, it's crucial to stay true to yourself and your path. Remember why you started this journey and the positive changes it's brought to your life. At the same time, try to approach criticism with an open mind. Sometimes others can offer valuable insights or point out blind spots in our thinking. In some cases, you may need to let go of relationships that have become toxic or no longer serve your growth. This can be difficult, but it's sometimes necessary for your well-being. Trust your intuition and prioritize relationships that support and uplift you. Maintaining balance is essential as you navigate relationships post-spiritual awakening. It's easy to get caught up in spiritual pursuits and neglect other aspects of life. Strive to integrate your spiritual growth with your daily life, relationships, and responsibilities. Be mindful of spiritual bypass which is the tendency to use spiritual beliefs or practices to avoid dealing with emotional issues or life challenges. True spiritual growth involves facing and working through difficulties, not avoiding them. Remember to nurture all aspects of your well-being: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This holistic approach will help you maintain healthy relationships and navigate life's challenges more effectively. As you grow spiritually, you may find yourself wanting to encourage growth in others. While it's natural to want to share your insights, be careful not to push your beliefs onto others. Instead, lead by example. Let your actions and the positive changes in your life inspire those around you. If you have friends or family members who are interested in your spiritual path, consider sharing practices or experiences together. This could involve meditating together, discussing spiritual books, or attending workshops or retreats. However, always respect others' boundaries and spiritual autonomy. Creating harmonious relationships after a spiritual awakening involves finding a balance between honoring your own growth and respecting others' journeys. Be open to learning from others, even if their path looks different from yours. Remember that everyone has something valuable to teach us if we're willing to listen. Self-care and personal boundaries become even more important after a spiritual awakening. You may find that you need more alone time to process your experiences and continue your inner work. It's okay to set aside time for yourself and to communicate this need to others. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for maintaining your well-being and the health of your relationships. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values or drain your energy. Communicate your limits clearly and respectfully to others. Honoring your own needs isn't selfish. It's necessary for your continued growth and for maintaining healthy relationships. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to show up authentically in your interactions with others. As you move forward on your spiritual path, remember that growth is a continuous process. Your understanding and experiences will continue to evolve, and so will your relationships. Stay open to new insights and be willing to adapt as you learn and grow. Be patient with yourself and others as you navigate these changes. It's normal to face challenges and setbacks along the way. What matters is how you respond to these difficulties and what you learn from them. Remain open to new experiences and perspectives. Your spiritual awakening is just the beginning of a lifelong journey of growth and discovery. Stay curious and keep exploring new ways to deepen your understanding and connections. In conclusion, navigating relationships after a spiritual awakening can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity for profound growth and deeper connections. Remember to be patient with yourself and others. Communicate openly and honestly, and maintain a balance between your spiritual growth and everyday life. Honor your own journey while respecting others' paths. Set healthy boundaries, practice self-care, and seek out supportive communities. Stay open to learning and growing, and trust that as you continue to evolve, your relationships will too. Remember, your spiritual awakening is a gift that can enhance your life and relationships in beautiful ways. It may take time and effort to navigate these changes, but the result can be more authentic, meaningful connections with yourself and others. As you continue on your path, keep in mind that everyone's journey is unique. What works for one person may not work for another. Trust your intuition and find what resonates with you. Be willing to adjust your approach as you learn and grow. One of the most powerful aspects of spiritual growth is its potential to improve your relationships. As you become more self-aware and aligned with your true self, you may find that your interactions with others become more genuine and fulfilling. You might develop a greater capacity for empathy and compassion, allowing you to connect with others on a deeper level. However, it's important to remember that not all relationships will survive this transformation. Some connections may naturally fade away as you grow and change. This is a normal part of the process and doesn't necessarily reflect negatively on you or the other person. Sometimes people's paths simply diverge. When this happens, try to approach the situation with grace and gratitude. Be thankful for the role that person played in your life and the lessons you learned from the relationship. Allow yourself to grieve if necessary, but also remain open to the new connections that may come into your life as a result of your growth. As you navigate your relationships post-spiritual awakening, you may find yourself becoming more discerning about the energy you allow into your life. You might become more sensitive to negativity or drama and feel a stronger need to protect your own energy. This increased sensitivity can be both a blessing and a challenge. On one hand, it can help you identify toxic relationships or situations more quickly, allowing you to make healthier choices. On the other hand, it can sometimes make everyday interactions more challenging, especially if you're in an environment that doesn't support your growth. Learning to manage this sensitivity is an important skill. This might involve developing techniques to ground yourself, setting clear boundaries, or finding ways to recharge your energy regularly. Remember, it's okay to limit your exposure to people or situations that consistently drain you or negatively impact your well-being. Another important aspect of navigating relationships after a spiritual awakening is learning to communicate your experiences effectively. This can be challenging, as spiritual experiences are often deeply personal and difficult to put into words. When sharing your experiences with others, try to use language that is relatable and accessible. Avoid using too much spiritual terminology that might confuse or alienate others. Instead, focus on describing how your experiences have impacted you personally, how they've changed your perspective, influenced your choices, or improved your life. Be prepared for the fact that not everyone will understand or relate to your experiences. That's okay. The goal isn't necessarily to make others see things exactly as you do, but to express yourself authentically and create space for open, honest communication. As you continue on your spiritual journey, you may find that your definition of love and connection evolves. You might start to see love as something broader and more universal, extending beyond romantic relationships or family ties. This expanded view of love can profoundly impact your relationships. You may find yourself able to love more freely and unconditionally, without the expectations or attachments that might have characterized your relationships in the past. At the same time, this shift can sometimes create challenges in existing relationships, particularly if the other person doesn't share your perspective. It's important to find a balance between this expanded love and the practical realities of human relationships, which often involve boundaries, expectations, and mutual agreements. Remember that spiritual growth doesn't mean becoming detached or indifferent to others. Instead, it's about developing a deeper, more authentic way of connecting that honors both your spiritual insights and the human experience of those around you. As you navigate this new terrain, be patient with yourself and others. Building and maintaining relationships after a spiritual awakening is a learning process. There will likely be missteps and misunderstandings along the way. What's important is your willingness to learn, grow, and keep showing up authentically in your interactions. Trust that as you continue to align with your true self and live in accordance with your spiritual insights, you will naturally attract relationships that support and nurture your growth. These connections may not always look the way you expect, but they will offer valuable opportunities for learning and expansion. Remember, your spiritual awakening is not just about your individual growth. It's also about how you show up in the world and in your relationships. As you continue to evolve, you have the opportunity to bring more light, love, and understanding into your interactions with others. This doesn't mean you need to try to change or fix others. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself and allowing that to naturally influence your relationships. Your growth and authenticity can inspire others in subtle but powerful ways. As you move forward, stay open to the lessons that each relationship brings. Every interaction, whether positive or challenging, offers an opportunity for growth and deeper understanding. Approach your relationships with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Remember that navigating relationships after a spiritual awakening is an ongoing process. Your understanding will continue to deepen, and your approach may need to evolve over time. Stay flexible and open to adjusting your perspective as you gain new insights. Above all, be kind to yourself as you navigate this journey. Balancing spiritual growth with everyday relationships can be challenging. There's no perfect way to do it, and what works for you may be different from what works for others. Trust in your own inner guidance, stay true to your values, and approach your relationships with compassion, both for yourself and for others. As you do this, you'll find that your relationships become a powerful arena for continued growth, learning, and connection. In the end, the goal is not to achieve perfect relationships, but to engage in authentic, meaningful connections that support your growth and allow you to contribute positively to others' lives. As you continue on your spiritual path, may your relationships be a source of joy, growth, and deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you.